Good morning, Kings. Good morning, Kings. That's what I like to hear. Like he said, I'm a 1% kid, but we are all kings. We are all 1% kids. But before we get started, I want to be real with y'all. All right, I got a couple of questions. I want y'all to raise your hand and and answer these honestly. How many of you have ever felt like people looked at you and already decided what you can't do before even knowing you? Put your hands down. How many of you have ever wanted to give up on something because it felt like the odds were stacked against you? Yep. So we're going to talk about today because I resonate with both of those. So, the royalty within you. Like he said, we are all born as kings. You don't have to wait for someone to realize that you're a king. You have to realize it within yourself. You have to put your crown on. Take your crown and put it on. So for me, growing up, I had two goals: to play soccer at The Ohio State University and graduate from there, and also to play professional soccer. That wasn't going to be easy. I had to take my crown and put it on. But when you're chasing your dreams and your goals, there's adversity. It's like a stocks going up and down. I know we got some day traders in here. I know it. Ups and downs. So look at this picture. Look at this picture. What stands out to y'all? What stands out to y'all? I'm the only black kid. I'm the only black kid at this entire soccer camp in Cleveland, Ohio, where I was born. Only black kid. And this is not the one situation where this happened in my life. This happened throughout my soccer career. But I said to myself, this is just a little bit of adversity. And being a king, you're going to face challenges. You're going to face adversity. But what I did here was I'm not going to just stand out for being the only black kid. I said I'm going to stand out for being the best. So that's what I want you guys to see. Don't just stand out for the way you look. Stand out for being the best, because that's what we are. We're kings. So I started playing soccer at the age of 3 years old. Played for some rec teams. Was the only black kid on there. Started playing for some club teams. Was the only black kid on there. I loved Ohio. Loved Cleveland. It's diverse. They had Cedar Point, amusement parks, snow days. Man, I like all 4 seasons. But we're at dinner with my parents, my mom, my dad, my little sister, and we end up saying grace, and then my parents say this: Channing and Riley, we got something to tell you. They say, we're going to be moving to Arizona. Man, I didn't even know where Arizona was. All I knew was it was hot, real hot. But I'm distraught, man. We get there, first day of 3rd grade, this is me. Our teacher has us taking turns talking about our future goals, and I'm ecstatic. I could not wait because I'm passionate. I knew what I wanted to do. She says, Channing, it's your turn. I say, I want to play soccer at The Ohio State and graduate from there. My other students laugh at me. My teacher says this: Channing, maybe you should choose a more realistic goal. Let me say that again. My teacher said, Channing, maybe you should choose a more realistic goal. Let that sit in. I said, I'm not going to let this moment define me. I said, I'm going to prove myself right and prove her wrong. Right? But we have a lot of future educators and future teachers in here. Make sure you're that teacher that's encouraging kids when they tell you your goals. Make sure you're that teacher that is instilling confidence in them, not questioning their goals. So I want you guys to know, when you have something like this, prove yourself right and prove them wrong. So when you're chasing your dreams and goals, there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows, peaks and valleys. So for me, after playing soccer in 3rd grade, I went on to start playing for some best club teams in the state. Arizona Arsenal won about 2-3 state championships, started getting recognized. But then it's time to go to high school. I went to Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona, which is one of the best high schools in the country for the soccer and academics. To give you guys a little hindsight on that, only 10 freshmen have ever made varsity in the history of Hamilton High School soccer. I was determined to make it happen. So I ended up making varsity as a freshman, and we get into the regular season. I'm playing about 20, 30 minutes a game, starting a couple games as well. I look a lot skinnier, that's for sure. But then this happens. We make it to state playoffs. And then we make it to the state championship game. I'm playing a little bit less, right? But coach looks down. We're down 25 minutes left. We're down 1-0. Coach was down the bench. He calls my name, Channing. Get up. We're coming in the game. Man, as a freshman, lights are bright, stands are packed. I didn't know what to do, but I did know this. I'm a king. So I had to just take my crown and put it on. So that's what I did. I come in about 25 minutes, 5 minutes into the game, this happens. Check it out. Hey, wait till y'all see what I hit, though. Wait till y'all see what I hit, though. Come on. Come on. I had to hit the dab on him. You feel me? Hey, but I bring it up because if I didn't have my crown, if I didn't know who I was meant to be, I was never going to achieve that. If I came into the game, doubting myself, discouraged, I'm not scoring that goal, right? I had to take my crown and put it on just like you guys, and opportunities and challenges that you face. Just take your crown and put it on. That's it. So after that, sophomore year, I started playing for some of the best club teams in the state. I started getting recruited by teams like Penn State, UCLA, SMU, Harvard, things like that. But still nowhere from my dream school, Ohio State. So my mom tells me, hey, maybe we should go to the Ohio State Soccer ID camp. So for these that don't know, that's a camp where kids go to hopefully make a good impression from the college coaches and hopefully get recruited by them. So I get a flight, go to Columbus, Ohio. I'm there at the camp, and I'm nervous. Man, the first day, I'm not playing like myself, making mistakes. And I come back to my dorm room that night, and I say, man, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? A king. So I had to take my crown and put it on. And the next day, day 2 and day 3, I come back scoring goals, displaying leadership skills, getting assists. The coaches take notice because when you guys put in your crown, you guys don't just feel different. Everyone around you sees that you're different. So at the end of this camp, the coach says, Channing, we want to come to your next tournament. They come to my next tournament, which is Dallas Cup, which is one of the best tournaments in the state, in the country, and I perform well. Following that, I'm at a friend's house about 3 months later, and I get a call from the assistant coach. He says, Channing, we would like to offer you a spot on the 2019 Ohio State recruiting class. Yup, my dream school just said I could commit right then and there. I commit. I didn't even talk to my parents because I knew it was the right decision. I was passionate about it. That 3-year-old kid had that dream of playing college soccer at Ohio State, and he made that dream a reality. But then this happens. So like I said, when you're chasing your dreams and your goals, there's going to be adversity. There's going to be challenges. But what do you do when you face adversity? You don't quit and give up. Kings don't do that. Kings, when they face adversity, they keep going. So that's what I had to do. So right after committing, about 6 months later, I get word that the Ohio State coach that recruited me retires and his entire coaching staff. But what I'm going to do? I'm not going to give up. I need to be resilient. Kings are resilient. So about 2 months later, they hire a new coach. Indiana University has one of the best soccer programs in the country when it comes to soccer. And Ohio State ends up hiring the assistant head coach at Indiana. I get a call from him about 2 months later, and I'm the only commitment for the 2019 class. He says, Channing, I see that you're committed, but in order to honor this commitment, I'm going to have to see you play. I would too. So I fly to Bloomington, Indiana, and I play at the Indiana Soccer ID camp. I'm nervous. Same in the first camp. And the first person I see at the Indiana Bloomington campus, who do you think it is? The coach. And to find out, he's my coach the entire week. The entire week. You know how much pressure I put on myself to perform? But what I have to realize, I'm a king. I just had to take my crown and put it on. So that's what I did. So after that, I performed well. there's even an award ceremony, Offensive Player of the Camp Award, Defensive Player of the Camp Award, and overall MVP. At the end of the camp, I ended up getting awarded the Offensive Player of the Camp Award. Like I said, Indiana soccer is the perennial soccer program in America when it comes to college soccer. And I was the best when it came to offensive. That means a lot. I put a lot of pressure. I cried a little bit, but that's what it takes. Then I'm flying back to Arizona. I'm at the airport where I receive a call from who? The coach, man, the coach. He says, Channing, I was very impressed. Your leadership, your athletic ability, your commitment to the game. He re-offers me a committable offer to Ohio State, and not just that, a scholarship. What I had to do? I had to take my crown and put it on this opportunity. I'm ecstatic, man. I'm making a scene in the airport. I didn't care. I just committed to my dream school again. And it meant that much more because of what? The blood, sweat, the tears that it took. The first time committing was great, but the second time was better because of the adversity I had to overcome, the challenges I had to overcome, just like you guys. It doesn't matter what your goal is, what your dream is. It's possible. You have to believe it, though. So I say this, goals are meant to be achieved. This was me playing as a freshman. So like I said, I wasn't even one of the new coaching staff's recruits. Yeah, I was only one of 2 kids that didn't redshirt. I played in every game as a freshman, every game. There was 6 players that I came in with, and I was one of only 2 that actually played. Shows that goals are meant to be achieved, Kings. Then right here, it's my junior year. I'm showing passion. I got a game-winning assist against one of the best teams in the country to seal our entry into the tournament. This shows that goals are meant to be achieved. It doesn't matter how big your goals are, how lofty they are, how difficult they may seem, how unfathomable they may be. It's possible because what? We are what? King. Yes, sir. But with being a king, you have to unify with other kings. When one king's crown is broken, you should be there to fix it. So not only at Ohio State did I get to play college soccer, but this was the first time I ever had a black male teacher. So I'm about 18, 19, 20 years old, the first time having a black male teacher. I have a crisis communications class, and I walk in, and I see a tall black man, about 6'5", 220. I'm like, what you doing in here? Turns out he was my professor, Dr. Lanier Holt. I couldn't believe it. But automatically, when I walked into that classroom, I felt comfortable. I felt that he could relate to me. So this is what happens. We follow each other on Twitter. We're real close. And this is what happened after I finished my semester in his crisis communication class. He DMs me this. So what's your plan when you get out of OSU? Grad school, law school, work. What's your plan? I said, I want to play professional soccer, possibly use my marketing degree, possibly go into sports broadcasting. That was my dream, to be on ESPN. He says this. Okay, well, if you're ever looking to go into the next level, be it some sort of job, grad school, or need a job reference, let me know. That meant so much to me. Because when we're kings, our responsibility is to unify with other kings. We are all kings in here. It's your responsibility to be that person for them, to be that person to support them. Not only that, but we also had a laugh. He went to the University of Minnesota for undergrad and then Indiana University for his doctorate. So he says, Indiana beats Oregon. I'm like, they are for real. He said, yes, indeed. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Not only have we never been good, we've rarely been mid. Man, it just goes to show that with the professor I had, my first one, we follow each other on social media. We connect on social media. He checked on me to see how he could support me after I graduated. Unbelievable. But that's what it means to be a king. Not only did I have my first black professor, but I also met my brothers for life. Right here, this is RAS, Redefining Athletic Standards. It was a black male student athlete group that I was the president of my junior year, where we changed the stereotype of a black male student athlete. We're not just athletes, we're more than that. We would do community events, volunteer, we would have workshops to learn about financial literacy and things like that. But I say this because I'm about to go see them after this. I'm flying to Columbus, Ohio to reunite with them. These are the bonds you can build with people in this room. These are bonds you can build with other kings at your school. Realize that. Now, what will your legacy be? I'm going to ask you guys again. What will your legacy be? It's up to you. No one else can decide that for you. And I know for me, I want my legacy to be inspiring people like yourself, adults, doesn't matter what age. So I wrote a book called The 1% Kid, which teaches kids how to reach their dreams and goals using their mindset and using practice, perseverance, and patience. 1% better every day. We talked about that. Black male teachers in Minnesota, 0.5. What's your legacy going to be? Are you going to be a part of that legacy that builds up that number, gets it to 5%, gets it to 1%, right? But not only did I just want to write a children's book, I wanted to do something more. So I started a nonprofit foundation called the 1% Kid Foundation, all about soccer, literacy, and mindset. We go into schools, we do author visits, we do mindset, goal-setting workshops. These are the likes. This is a picture of me going to a diverse school in Chandler, Arizona, where these kids are loving on me, man. Their smiles on their face means nothing. It means the most to me. But I say this to show this is what's possible when you're a black teacher, when you're a black educator. This is the difference you can make. This is your responsibility as a king, to leave a legacy. But what do you want your legacy to be? It can be good or bad. It's your decision. Now I want to leave you guys with this. We talked about being a king. What you got to do? Yeah. Hey, what does LeBron do when he scores? What's he do? He takes his crown. So let's do it together. He takes his crown. He puts it on. I like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with being a king, you guys have a responsibility. With being a king, you guys have responsibilities, right? To unify with other kings, to realize the royalty you have within. So I want to leave you guys with this. Keep getting 1% better and keep taking your crown and putting it on. Thank you.